Hello everybody, it's Jenny McGarvey and I'm going to share how I planned the week of July 4th through July 10th in my horizontal happy planner. As you can see, here is a look at the monthly view and then a quick look at last week, and I am trying out both planners this month, both the horizontal and the classic size happy planner, just so I can get a feel for what I like about both of them, like in the same format with the exact same weeks, all of those things. As you can see, I am flipping through all of the brand new Sweet Stamp Shop Sticky Sweet stickers. They are not only super fun, but you can color them, which is awesome. And really, honestly, it adds just like a little bit of fun. So if you're into coloring whatsoever, it's just a really fun way to not stamp. So sometimes I'm not in the mood for stamping, like maybe I don't want to get everything out, or I'm not sitting at a flat surface or whatever. And so these add that, being able to use these cute elements but not having to stamp them. But with that said, I love stamping, so I stamp all the time. That's not a big thing for me. But sometimes stamping isn't convenient or isn't going to work out for me. I am coloring the stickers with Copic markers, but you don't have to. I also use Crayola markers and colored pencils and all kinds of different things. Lots of different coloring mediums will work on these. I'm just using Copics because I had them and they're fun and I don't get an opportunity to use them very often. If you're not familiar, they're an alcohol-based ink. They do have a fairly steep learning curve for blending and all of those types of things, and they're fairly pricey too. But I have a small collection of them and I enjoy using them when I get the opportunity. Now in my horizontal planner, I find that what I'm going to do is the pre-planned items will go near the discs because it's hard to write, like my to-do list, for example. I don't want it over by the discs because it's hard to write over there. So I figure if I do all of my pre-planning near the discs, then it's safe because I always take the pages out of the actual planner to do my planning, so I will be able to put in doctor's appointments and activities and all those things beforehand, and then we will have all of the to-dos on the left-hand side where it's much easier to write. So for me, that seems to be a good solution thus far. We'll see how it works long term, but it's okay. I don't need to commit to something in stone. I can always change up my approach as we go. Now I'm still using the Sticky Sweet stickers to decorate this week. I didn't do any stamping because of the lines that are included in the planner. And I know a lot of people love lines. The lines are fine. For me, they're not my favorite because stamping doesn't really necessarily work for the lines, since stamping isn't particularly forgiving in terms of if you have a checklist, for example, it might not fit in between the lines, and that drives me crazy, and so I'm not going to use a checklist. Or if you're trying to cover an entire area to write over, a stamp won't work. So while I do enjoy the horizontal layout, I don't enjoy it for stamping. So, and that's because of the lines, let's be clear, not because I don't like stamping in a horizontal layout, but this particular one with the lines doesn't work for me. Now, as you can see on the Tuesday section, I put the to-do list over on the left-hand side away from the discs. Like I had mentioned, it just makes it much easier and will give me a lot more opportunity to use this functionally. Now, with the coloring of the stickers, what's awesome is that I can color them directly on the sticker sheet, or I can color them directly on my planner page. Either way, they're both cool. I do like to do a little bit of layering. As you can see here, I used that Libby and Company banner sticker and then put one of the Sticky Sweet stickers right on top of it, and it adds just this really cute element, but it's not like overdone or too much or anything like that, and I'm able to make it look a little bit more cute, a little bit, gives it a little bit of something extra without going overboard. Now I am coloring in this entire circle just because the background is white of the sticker, the background of the page is white, and so I wanted to add a little bit more color and give some more contrast to that particular day, and so coloring the entire thing worked awesome. I'm super excited about it. It's definitely a trick I'm going to have to remember in the future, including with my actual stamps too, since I have that stamp as well. Now, one of the big bummers here is that I totally screwed up that those two events that I just put down on the Wednesday are not Wednesday events, they are Thursday events. Awesome, right? Yeah, no, totally not awesome. That seems to be a current theme of mine, is messing up and putting things in the wrong spaces. But you know what? It's totally okay. It's not that big of a deal. I just peel them up and then put them down on Thursday. And I think maybe I was sort of a little bit confused because in the horizontal or in the vertical format, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday on the next page. So I think that I was just sort of, that doesn't even make sense. But I don't know. I screwed it up, okay? That's all right with me. It happens. So now you can see I've moved those events, which is great. It works fine. And I'm going to pull out a couple of decorative stickers to cover up where I made the mistake. So just a plain block, a little hexagon, and then a fun, encouraging statement, and I have covered it up. You don't even know I messed it up. It looks like I meant to do it. So that's kind of my thing at this point, is that none of this is set in stone. You can kind of always fix those mistakes with different various things that you have, and there's no need to really get too worked up about it, because as you can see here, it didn't even make a difference. Now I'm going to do the last half of the week, and quite frankly, I don't have that many plans, so we're going to be nearing the end here soon, because the weekend I didn't have very many activities that were planned. And so on the right hand side, so the weekend, I am sticking with my planned events closer to the discs, and my to-do list on the outside. Now as a right-handed person, it doesn't really make that big of a difference. It is fine to write next to the discs on the right hand side, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But you know what? I'm just going to keep with it. It's easier for my brain to remain consistent in doing it that way. But you can absolutely do it the way that works better for you and that works for your thought process a little bit better as well. Now I'm going to cover up that grateful for little section because I like to use this section for next week, things that I need to prepare for in advance, or at least to keep in mind, and then add those right there into that section. Now, the other cool thing about this planner is that there is that notes section as well at the bottom, and it's very much like the section that is in the column in the vertical where it has the notes section, but this one is kind of neat because you have just sort of this block at the bottom of the page. And so I'm going to add a little bit of flamingo washi tape right there to the top, just for some decoration, not because it's necessary, obviously it's not, but it just adds a little bit of whimsy and fun right there. And then I'm also going to just make a list of things that we wanted to make sure that we got done over the weekend, and places we went, things to do, and then just add the tiniest bit more washi tape and we are finished. So thank you so much for taking a look at this week in my Happy Planner. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. It lets me know you enjoyed it, and it lets YouTube know the type of videos you like to see. Thank you so much, and make it a great day.